would anyone like to give a synopsis of what happened last session on Harvest?
I can.
Whose turn is it? Oh, yeah, I mean, it is your turn, isn't it?
I think it is my turn, yeah.
Yeah, it is your turn.
Yep. All right, so last session on Harvest, and we had a great conversation between Esna, the Nameless One, and a man named Frayamboyo.
Frayamboyo.
Yes,
Frayamboyo,
they had just, Esna and the Nameless One had just entered into a room that looked very odd. It was like a void, but at the same time not. There was interesting things going around and nothing at the same time. But in the background, every once in a while, you just hear Frayamboyo. In the middle of this room, there was a individual that was holding an egg-like thing. And this was Frayamboyo. The Nameless One, not wanting to deal with what was going on, left to go enjoy themselves some time with the young lady. What her name was, Alva, I believe correctly. They went to go teach them how to read, or try to start teaching them how to read.
Well, that's
Oh yeah,
that's our name.
Yeah,
it's Alva and Anem for ferret.
I'm part of the group, Josh. I can call her Alpha.
I meant that in the sense of we don't know her actual name. It's what our group had given her.
That's a name only we can say, Jacob.
Okay.
Yeah, how dare you?
But after they left to go and teach the little girl what they could about reading. Esna and the Frayamboyo, or otherwise known as the Purveyor, started their conversation about what was going on in the town. Esna says a few things about Father Benedict and that he is not the one that's in true power, but is in fact Esna themselves. They tell Frayamboyo about how the church is expecting response to some of the letters that Father Benedict has stopped from getting to Esna, and Esna, after finding these, wants to try to write to them and deliver them, but the Purveyor says that it would be difficult as most of the perches that had been sent out before on duty had been intercepted and would not be able to get out to the correct people. After talking about this, that there is Frayamboyo says that there's some amazing news that the Wayfinders or Wayfarers that they need to have deliver this message are in fact the group that we're part of. They go on and talk a little bit more about what is going on in the town and how to stop it before Frayamboyo dispels his illusion, or the illusion around himself, and shows that he is in fact just the egg and not the man that we once thought him to be. This egg has a weathered arm coming out of it that is motioning and moving towards the sounds of the voice coming from it. And Esna, seeing this, is a little bit disturbed, but also not showing it off their face. Frayamboyo gives Esna a gift about to start trade with information, or trade of information with Esna, and they offer Esna to a chip of the portion of his shell off the egg, which Esna agrees to take. And
to lick.
Yes, to lick the egg.
To lick the egg.
Yes. Yeah. Esna breaks the portion off and sees a eye underneath the portion that they broke off, before Frayamboyo instructs Esna to lick the dust and gain knowledge. Join into the Frayamboyo. Become one with Frayamboyo. Doing so, Esna sees a few different visions about things going on. They see the individual that had attacked us before in town, poisoning the fields, going by a moniker of He Who Hunts instead of the hunter or other versions of monikers that we had given him before. Frayamboyo knows of this individual and says that he is a cursed individual, but also is a sword saint that is unlike any others that have come before him. After talking about the sword, the He Who Hunts, they talk a little bit more about Father Benedict and how they are going to try to wrest power from him and try to set the town back into a working order. The Esna, or the vicar, goes and talks to the Nameless One before they realize that the Nameless One has left for a bit, and
where'd they go, Jacob?
Frayamboyo to come and find the Nameless One, and we get introduced to a man that goes, "Yes, Frayamboyo, yes! Yes, Frayamboyo, yes!" before stepping into the room and becoming more cognizant of what's going on and able to speak in full sentences that do not encompass yes, Frayamboyo, and the word yes once again. They get sent out to find the Nameless One and gets taken to a place called the Roth Waffle House. We see a few different things happening. Some fights break out. They figure out that pancakes cost a good amount of money, but they can also get some money from the betting on the fights that are happening there. The attendant that finds them there is very curious / excited for waffles and keeps pointing to them to see if they can take them. And then this one finally accepts, and the Frayamboyo attendant devours them in an instant. It's quite frankly disturbing. After this, they take the Nameless One back to the Seeker Guild, where they are able to meet back up with Esna and talk about the next steps that are going to be happening before settling on in the next 2 days, or after 2 days. Esna will return back to speak to Frayamboyo about some of the information or some of the happenings that have happened in those 2 days time frame. Solidifying the plan, the Nameless One also makes a deal with Frayamboyo to try to get somebody to, or create a job to find their family. And Frayamboyo tells them that they have no reputation within this Seeker Guild and cannot do this, or it will cost them a favor that they will need to cash in later on in the future. After talking more about what the favor could be or what they can do instead of a favor, the Nameless One has been told to return back the next day to try to solidify what is happening in the in that job that they want to do with the Seekers, and also to help solidify the mission that will be happening after we talk to the rest of the group. And that's where we stopped last time on Harvest.
Yes, indeed. A lot has indeed happened, and you guys were given a handful of different options. All of that is indeed correct. Frayamboyo had informed you that there is a multitude of calamitous upheaval that is currently at large. The town is filled with individuals who wish to hurt it, who are currently poisoning fields and burning it. You have the corruption of Benedict, which is still running amok. You have the mysterious individual, which you guys know to be the Hunter, who looms ever large. The towns that he visits, almost every single one of them, at least all that you have heard of or know of, have disappeared to the span of 2 days. The fate could very well follow for Roth as well. And then finally, the fields are being poisoned to an irreversible state, and if you were to try to cleanse the famine, it would take months at large. You guys need a solution quickly, and a vision granted to the vicar might have a solution. A lady residing within a house, some would call the oldest house. We shall jump to the vicar After the graveyard, there's a strange happening within this graveyard. A noise which begins to radiate from within your house, Warren. You're currently still at your abode. What are you up to? What are you doing?
It's how many hours has it been since they went to go speak to Frayamboyo?
I'd say it probably would be a handful. I would probably call it maybe 3 to 4 p.m. right about now.
They left around noon, maybe a little bit earlier, maybe a little bit less. Okay. I'm more than likely, because it takes about 4 hours to dig a goddamn grave. Digging this grave, my God. It's a difficult job, all right? It's honest work.
You don't really hallucinate much. It's common, but it happens at times. The most that it has ever happened was by your memory when you first came to this town. You were in a certain state of mind filled with grief. And in that moment, you realize that the people who are closest to you would often appear on the side of your vision, if not blatantly in front of you. A feeling comes over you in a slight daze, very similar to how it was when you first resided at this town. By 1, by 2, by 3, you are digging, and as the dirt is being thrusted up from the soil, it collapses down upon the ground, the top portion of your vision, seeing feet in white shoes, a dress.
Are these familiar shoes and a dress, I'm guessing?
They seem very familiar.
Don't you
There's a...
do this. I swear.
There is a scent which begins to grace your nose, and you pause. This instantly stops you, and by no choice of your own, you think about your wife. This definitely does belong to Camille.
Yeah, it does.
She now resides above you. Just standing there.
I know. I know you're not real. I buried you. Please, don't make me relive it.
I'm still next to him. Do I hear this?
You see nothing. You just see a Warren stopping. For a second, he looks up and he seems to just be muttering to himself off in a distance. You see Camille, Warren. She kneels down to you and she smiles very warmly, her face growing wide as she nears you. She taps you on the nose and she tries to mutter something, but you can't exactly hear what it is. And as she smiles, she turns around and walks towards your abode and begins to kind of coil her finger, kind of like asking you to approach, her hand kind of following behind her as if asking you to take it.
Did I... The visions I had before, how close were they to this? Or is this new in the vision?
Your visions before this were highly, I wouldn't say violent, but they were filled partially with the sweetest moments that you could probably ever envision, something reminding you of home, with flashes of disturbances within the vision of either she's there one moment just fine, now covered in blood, her head completely eviscerated, tendrils coming out of her face, to back to normal. Like this constant fluctuation, it reminds you of the worst time in your life. So you were very right to reply in that regard, because it's gonna potentially make you relive things. It usually does. You thought you squared it away after a while, finding solace within the work that you do, and at times it did. Seems to be resurfacing.
Why now? Why? I got rid of you. I'm going to put my shovel down, and as a man that has given his whole heart to the woman and family that he had before, follow her.
As you near her, she begins to walk even slower, smiling yet looking back behind her. She'll kind of grasp the air around your hand and begin to move ahead of you. As she turns around the corner, right as you're getting past the door, she vanishes. And you see around the corner a strange box. You've never quite seen this before. And this area of your office is often just reserved for anything that potentially needs to be there. It is an empty space that is empty no longer, and beside this box is a shadowy figure of two children. One which seems to have protrusions branching from their face, the other which is slightly smaller, standing beside them all the same. They remain motionless. They both point towards this coffer that is emanating a beating like a drum, a heartbeat. Some would say very similar to the sound of rhythmic panic within a moment of intense reaction. Your heartbeat from that day, which still haunts you. It is a meager box, solid and durable, made of oak wood, perceivably. Its surface is decorated with familiar children's drawings, and below its youthful graffiti, a small stick figure family is holding hands. This image is occluded by a draped cloth which lines the exterior. Would you like to interact with this in any way?
I'm going to. Warren is vehemently ignoring the specters of his children. Because if he looks at them, he will break down and will be useless. For
your eyes will avert down. As soon as you do this, you will see the legs of like a rabbit held by one of the children. A stuffed rabbit.
The hand that the Wayfarer symbol on, the arm that the Wayfarer symbol is on, his right arm. That hand is squeezing as tight as it can, trying to anchor him into something that's real and drawing a little bit of blood from it, but from squeezing, before a tear will drop down his eye and he will walk towards the box, as this is something that has never been there, as you said, and this is the closest to a pleasant, quote unquote, pleasant vision that he's had with his family. So he's hopeful that this is something to do with them. He's just grasping at straws, basically.
You near the chest, and as you do, a wave kind of rushes over you. A wave that is, I wouldn't say calming, but it is like you have been somewhere, a slice of home, somewhere, some feeling that you haven't had in quite some time. As you part the cloth, there is indeed a handle. And before you even think to reach for it, it slowly opens. There is a dark mist which begins to leak from its interior. And to your eyes, like this blackened fog begins to lick at the floor and the edges of the coffer until it weighs heavy on the ground beneath you like a shifting blanket of sorts. You know not what is in this chest, for you cannot see through the occlusion that is now in front of you. However, you feel that you can reach towards what you may desire, or that something can reach towards you. The children standing beside it point towards it all the same. The woman, which was luring you, also now stands behind the chest. Were you to look up, her eyes are now filled with parasites breaching forth and clawing at the skies.
So what I've seen before already with this vision. I will continue staring at the chest. Thank you. I will continue staring at the chest and slowly reach forward into it.
you begin to partially reach, and you hear strange voices echo from above. It is of a language of which you have not heard before. It sounds like 5 voices of various different frequencies and octaves speaking at once. They're not yelling, but they're whispering some form of intention. And as soon as you near probably inches away, something lunges out and grabs your arm. You see a cacophony, a mass of multitudes of severed hands adjoined as if stitched together. Would you like to do anything from this reaction?
I mean, instinctually, pull back.
You pull back.
It held on to me, but I'm pulling back.
You pull back and you find that 15 arms begin to clutch and claw their way on top of you, stretching from one arm to another, to your back, to your spine, fusing as if the hands themselves wish to strangle you. Eventually, you are now embraced by 18 different hands, all of which are grasping upon you. The collar, ever so tight, as a literal chokehold, is being placed upon your neck from these severed hands. There is now a form of cloak that now covers you. This is the cloak of 10 slashing damage with no contest. Any creature that is struck by this item will also contract a plague called the Plague of the Rat King, granting plus 20 damage should that creature take any form of poison or disease. This amplifies that form of damage.
One sec, that was the cloak of what?
This was the Cloak of the Rat King.
Man.
You also find that there is something kind of, I wouldn't call it like held by the cape, but something which seems kind of apart falls down off the side. And as you look down, there's a singular isolated hand which now twitches ever so upon the floor. You you don't know much about these, but you've heard about them. If there's anyone who might hear anything outside of an occultist, it's you, because these things only exist if dealt with by an executioner, and then the corpses are then given to gravediggers like yourself. You might have received corpses that specifically didn't have hands, often from divine adjudicators or members of the church. Some people have done things that are so abhorrent and so grisly that the idea of them is coated in sin. It is cursed inherently. This is an ever-twitching hand that cannot rot. It cannot decay. It is eternal. This is known as a hand of sin. More specifically, this is the blighted palm of the Rat King. If you want, you are able to break the fingers of this hand to gain a special ability.
In fact, Warren is so traumatized about what just happened. He's going to grab the hand and put it back in the fucking thing. Quickly look at it. It's like, nope, throw it in. Can't deal with that right now. No. And then he's going to quickly shut the, try to shut the coffer. And
you push down upon the coffer, it trying to force itself back, very, very close to when the top collapses with the bottom. The smoke, which has consumed the room at this point, siphons back in at high velocity before the thing shuts put. There is now a resounding silence. The creatures, the sentient, weird, shadowy, pareidolean figures are now gone. But the whispers, the childlike whispers, still slightly emanate inches from this box as you hear a thumping ever still within it.
I will hang my head down and say a quick prayer and or a quick chant, I guess you could say, to Lydica, asking once again to help. Actually, I'll just do that in character. Lydica, please take my family, bring them to the yon grave, and let them rest. I can't keep dealing with these. They keep haunting me. I can't. I've been loyal to you, even though I didn't know I was doing a lot. Please.
You've never felt alone during your rites, during your prayers, even though you never really knew that there was any form of truth to the rituals that you have been performing up till recently. There has always been a form of calming sensation that you have been familiar with, something that echoes, perhaps there is something. With this, there doesn't seem to be anything. It's empty and hollow. There's no response.
Stuttering breath will go out, and Warren will stand quickly, turning back towards the outside, and will walk towards the doorway before stopping at the doorway and doing a quick look back, just to see if the chest is still there, or the visitors are there again.
There doesn't seem to be any visitors that are still there, though you still faintly hear a laughter and a name that appears on the wind.
Cedric.
The chest is still there, ever uttering its slight whispers.
I'm gonna mutter a quiet, "I'm sorry." I wish I could do more. I wish I could have done more. And I'm going to walk out back to the grave, hop back in, and get back to work right away. I need to take my mind off this. I need to get back into work.
You do the beautiful thing of compartmentalizing words, and you shove that shit way down, and hopefully it doesn't resurface.
I know it will.
Very healthy.
I got really good at compartmentalizing it, but apparently not enough.
The feelings do sort of slip away. It's not like you don't care, but you have gotten good at closing yourself off to the things that you can't change, because all it will do is put you in a state of depression. You find your strength.
Your entire heart. Yeah, when you've given your entire heart to somebody and they're gone, yeah, it's hard. It doesn't matter how well you do, it's gonna hurt. That was helpful.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you. You make me feel a certain way. We're 40 minutes into the session, and I feel like I'm.
Hey, Ty, real quick, can you give me a quick description on the Cloak of the Rat King? You cut out a little bit while you were describing it, and I was like, ah!
Oh.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, so the cloak,
Yeah,
so
I'm depressed too.
Cloak,
yeah, what the hell?
So the Cloak of the Rat King is a living mass of corpses. It is an arrangement of arms that ever adjoin onto themselves. They are ever twitching. Their flesh is molded like a cape. They can part themselves like wings. They can grasp around you, wrap around your neck. The collar of it is ever grasping and choking the user. Not hard, but significant enough to kind of make a firm grip. The creatures that try to strike you will be gored by the mass of claws which will reach out from this cape and try to feed off of the enemies kind of around you, dealing like 10 slashing damage with no contest. Any creatures that are struck by these hands contract something known as the Plague of the Rat King, which, if you're dealing any form of poison or disease damage, if this creature were to sustain any of those 2 damage types, they will receive an additional 20 damage from it as their body withers.
Poison builds are back on the menu, boys. Let's go.
Yeah. He also received a Hand of Sen. Did that come across?
See, Josh.
Yeah, that came across. Yeah, that's
Okay, cool.
yeah.
But Boris.
Yeah. I assume I just see him go in to his office, and so I'll watch him. I'll watch him go in, and I don't have much of a care. Keep playing my music, munching on the body that I'm currently just kind of picking at because I'm already full. So it's like you've already eaten dinner, but there's a little bowl of chips on the table, so I just pick at it a little bit.
Yeah, fingers on the side.
Yeah, fingers, toes, a nose, the soft bits.
Yeah.
And so do I just see him come back out with this fleshy cloak on his back?
Yes, there is indeed a mass attached to him, ever grasping upon him. If anything, he looks a lot closer to a bloom than he looks like a human at certain angles.
As you get back in, the violin musical, which you probably won't notice, the violin musical kind of slow down and get off key a little bit, and then it'll go right back to where it was after I've looked you over. As you're down, continuing to dig the grave, you'll hear Boris say, Warren?
Yeah.
Do you have a pet bloom?
I don't. I mean, I wouldn't constitute you as a pet. You're more like a friend that lives in my graveyard, but technically, I guess.
There'll be like a 5-second pause, and he says, "We're friends?"
Oh, yeah, no. I consider you a friend.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, no,
Friends, though.
I am too. You've really helped liven this place up.
So, if that's not a bloom on your back, are you burying it?
No, there was something that some of my past that haunts me came back and took me into, or told me to follow them, and took me into the office. And inside there was a chest or coffer that caused me great distress whenever I looked at it before. But I was still called to it, like I needed to open it, and I did, and this thing clawed out and grabbed me before putting itself on me. Is it like attached to my skin, or is it like on me? Like my
You're
clothes,
not sure. Would you like to remove some of your clothing?
I like to see if I can move it, like if I could like move it around and stuff like that, or if it's.
It is hard to move. So like the top portion of it, like I said, it's wrapped around your neck. They are having a hard time letting go. So like you might attempt to move your clothes, but if you really want to see, you would have to tear portions of your clothes off or cut certain portions of it with a knife. They don't seem to be relenting, but they seem to be, it feels, I don't want to say symbiotic, but they feel kind of bound to you. They don't wish to let go.
I figured. Yeah, I can like push my sleeves up, but I can't really take it off. See, it's kind of on me. I don't know if you see the hands or the hold it's got on my neck, but it's there.
The bush will kind of bob up and down and say, "Yes, yeah, it does look like it's got a good grasp."
Yeah.
Do you want me to try to eat it?
No, we don't really know what this is, so I wouldn't want you to try to eat something that we're not 100% sure you could eat.
Kind of looks like the things I've eaten before.
It kind of does, doesn't it? It's kind of fleshy. It's got like, it looks like it has some format of hand/fingers, so yeah,
I do like the fingers.
I'm glad that somebody does. I'm really glad that somebody does, because I'm a little disturbed about it.
I'm more of a white meat kind of person. I like the the arms, the legs. They're a little dry.
Okay.
But yeah, well, I mean, if you ever want to try that, if it gets a little tight, then you can just, I guess, dunk your head into the bush. I'll try to dissolve it around your neck, and then
Okay. I'm really glad that you're here, Boris. Thank you so much for the helpful advice and the suggestion. Once we figure out more about what just attached itself to me, I may take you up on that, depending on if it's safe or not.
of course,
Yeah.
you're one of the first people who hasn't run away or died. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm glad that we need to up your bar for friend. I'm going to say that right now, Boris.
Whatever you say, Warren.
All right, Boris. All right, Boris, can you play me something exciting, something joyous, so I can get back into this work after that depressing sight that I just saw?
Yeah, my dad used to play this one for pennies out on the corner.
All right.
And he'll start to play a violin that starts very soft and gains in rhythmic beat. He'll play Partina number 2, BWV.
Oh, fancy.
Boris, you will hear some scampering around in the bushes as, like, you hear kind of like slight arguing, and then a child fall. No, not on you. Just slightly across the way,
Okay.
like kind of adjacent to like one of the tombstones. You find that a kid kind of stumbles out and falls to the ground. Hey! You hear like a lot of whispers kind of muttering as the kid kind of looks towards you guys and then runs back into the bush.
I guess Boris only heard that. I'm dealing with the music and the trauma that you've given me within the last 40 minutes.
Have I seen the children before?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, never seen the children before. And they don't look like ghosts from my dark vision, right? Because those are distinct from...
Oh, definitely not. No.
Okay. So they're not dead. They're in a graveyard. They're children. Probably low amount of threat.
One of them probably has a weapon. I should take them out right now.
Probably, maybe. If I was a bard, I'd be blasting them. But Boris will, in between the changing of songs, will mention to Warren, I know we're friends and all. Do you have kids?
No, I don't have children at this moment, Boris.
Oh. Does the other guy have kids? I never caught his name. The one that digs...
Rothville? Rothville? No,
Yeah.
I don't think Rothville has children. Do you, Rothville? He ain't answering.
Oh.
What?
Do you have kids, Rothville?
Say something. He kind of...
On your mic.
You hear like a loud slam. A couple of loud stomps. About like maybe like a minute passes. You find like a slightly out of breath Rothbell holding a shovel, chucks it to the ground while kind of wheezing. Yeah?
Have kids?
No, Warren. I'm what the fuck do you call it? I'm deer? Stag.
Bachelor?
Stag. That's what it is. I don't ground myself. If I did, I wouldn't be so open to joining you at a brothel.
I mean, hell, you ground yourself every time you dig a grave.
You find that his face just kind of freezes as he looks off into the distance. I forgot to laugh at that one.
That's okay. A lot of people do. All right. Why do you ask about children, Boris?
Well, there's children over there.
Oh.
In the graveyard sounds like a fun place to unwind and chill.
I mean, that's where I unwound and chilled.
It's also where I unwind and chill.
Yeah.
Why do I hang around with weirdos?
Because I pay
You can have a normal pastime like going to a tavern and getting blind drunk, or going to a tavern and getting blind drunk. All great options.
Or you could not do that and still be a citizen of the city of this town without going to the tavern every night. But who am I to judge? I like to hang around graveyards. But
too many skeletons I wish to bury don't wish to remain around them more than 8 hours, 12 hours in a day.
How'd you know I had so many in my closet?
You keep the skeletons in your closet. We have a building for that.
Yeah, my closet.
Hey, would you say that your social life is pretty dead?
Absolutely dead. Do you understand that my social life is you, Boris, and old Tom, but he yells at me when he's drunk?
I'm fucking coughing right now. That's crazy. Rothel will yeah, fuck it. He's gonna exchange some puns with you back and forth. This is canon.
Sorry, we got off on the wrong foot here. What's with the? What do you mean? There's children in the graveyard, Boris?
The bush will shift over in an angle, and a violin bow will protrude out of it, pointing towards the children.
It just goes, what?
You find that the bush that was rustling now just freezes solid.
All right, you've been caught. You can come on out.
I hope we don't plan on feeding any urchins today.
I offered.
Food. You offered them our food? We have rations for a week.
I bought food recently.
Hopefully non-perishables this time.
Yeah.
There's 3 kids which kind of slowly peel forth from the bushes. One's like a girl. You recognize this girl, Warren, for it was one of the ones that met you with Johnny whenever you were learning information about where the confection shop is. There's 2 other boys that you have never met before. They kind of look side to side. 2 of them are kind of whispering. One of the boys slowly steps forward. He seems kind of the more brave out of them.
Mister? I was told that we can get food here.
Get some food. What kind of food do you want? I got bread. I got tallow. I got water. I got non-perishables like nuts and other stuff.
Didn't you buy fruit?
I bought dried fruit.
You see a smile kind of perk up on their face, them standing a little bit taller. The 3 children will begin to slowly walk deeper in, and you find that the one that is hiding behind the little girl kind of like looks out towards you. You see the face of Cedric.
There.
There is a voice that comes out from the girl.
We haven't heard music before. Could you play more? We liked it a lot.
Boris?
The violin will peek out and then start to play. A wonderful.
You find that the girl starts to smile. The other boy behind her is still very much scared. The one that is kind of standing in front of both of them is just kind of looking towards the bush with a look of curiosity. The girl does chime up and then eventually says,
"Is there a music box in there? How is it playing? It's a magical bush. Is it like the ones in fairy tales?"
Sure. Yeah, it's like the ones in fairy tales.
He owns a magic bush. He owns a magic bush. That's so cool.
You find that like they rush to the thing and start running circles around you, Boris. The one kid, ever so shy, does still like he stands behind. Warren, when you look towards the kids rushing towards the bush, you eventually look back. The kid that is standing there no longer looks like Cedric.
Thank God. Oh my God.
It is just a kid who seems hungry. His stomach is very much sunken in. It's like his flesh is tissue paper trying to hold on to the organs. Just if he were to relieve any amount of force from his hand, his guts could just spill forth. He is so starved. The girl kind of like stops running around in circles and looks back towards her friend and rushes back and then tries to help move him forward.
You said you had food. Bread?
Yes. Bread, water, fruit. Come on, let's go. Inside.
They will follow you.
All right. Come on in. Stay away from that area. That there's things that you shouldn't see in there. Go
looks around the corner. The girl instantly looks around the corner. Very daring.
It just barrels.
She seems confused because there is just like there is a stack of planks of wood just laying there.
Yeah, hey, I told you not to go over there. Come on. Let's go get the food.
Is there something buried there?
No, there's nothing buried there. It's just an area that I don't want people in. Come on. Food's over this way.
She'll pause and she'll kind of hesitate for a moment, but then she will follow you. Her eyes will kind of move towards the direction. She partially looks back a little bit in confusion, but then continues forward towards the food, all three of them.
All right, here you go. Bread, fruit, nut, water. Go hog wild, kids.
There are tons of munchings happening. The one which is very, very weak is being slowly fed by the girl. She feeds him before she feeds herself. Make
sure not to feed him too much. Even though he's weak, he can't take too much food, or else he's gonna get sick.
I don't understand. He hasn't eaten in days. He's hungry.
He is hungry, but you can't overfeed him. All right.
But he used to love to eat bread all the time. He needs more.
He'll get to that point again. But we need to feed him a regular amount to make sure that his stomach can grow back to where it was before. All right.
Then he'll sleep hungry.
No.
I promised him that he wouldn't do that again.
He won't have to. I'll send bread and fruit with you guys. All right. I'm gonna get a cloth and put in a full loaf of bread and a few handfuls of fruit and some other non-perishables that I've had, and tie it up while they're eating, so that whenever they leave, I can give that to the oldest one or the girl, whoever it is, looks like the one that's going to be taking care of the young child, so that they can eat for the next few days, the next day or two.
You're gonna overhear one of the boys kind of speaking to the girl. He's looking at you, kind of squinting his eyes. He's very bad at kind of concealing his voice, but you pick up some things every now and again, and you hear that he's wanting her to keep this from Johnny. Don't let the other children see. Wondering if they should eat the food now, so that they don't have it potentially stolen later. But she's just kind of moving her hands, just patting her hands down, calm down, I have this covered.
Now, this food is going to be outside. Oh no, I dropped it. I drop it outside. Oh no, it's no good. Walk back in. Wow, I can't believe I just wasted food.
We'll take it if you don't need it. If you wouldn't give it to me.
No, I mean, I couldn't give that to you. No, It's food that's been on the ground. No one should eat that. Here, have another fresh piece of bread. No, I'll just be like, if they want to take the food, they absolutely can. I'm not gonna. If they don't want handouts or they don't want to take it with them, it will be there.
She'll very like you're
I'm not acting very well.
yeah, no. You will easily notice that on her way out, as well as over the course of the day, she will kind of take this and just like kind of hide it on her person. After kind of consuming their kind of meal's worth, she feels bad that like this person that she's been caring for can't really eat more. She thinks that he should be able to and that he can. She will finally kind of accept that he's gotten all that he can probably have, and they will kind of make their way back to the bush. Before they go, you see her kind of like look back. There's like a tear in her eye, and then she turns back, and then she enters the bush. If the bush is rustling still, I'll say out loud, make sure he keeps eating throughout the night, just don't give him too much. Russell, stop.
Cool. All right.
We shall carry over to the vicar and the person who has consumed a fuck ton of waffles. There is now pressing matters that have been brought to your attention. You do not have much time. And from what you have said, there's a relative time scale issue for like when you might want to deal with Benedict. You potentially were looking at other options to do in the meantime before that gets handled, or you could expedite it. It's up to you. There's a lot of things going on in the town, amongst the people pillaging and a bunch of other things. What do you want to do? Before you do anything, it's probably good that you might want to reconnect with the rest of the party so that you can kind of discuss this as a group. It is indeed an important discussion.
Yeah, I would like to return to the rest of the party. I know Benedict is not the first priority, despite how that makes Esna feel. But yeah, I believe finding the woman in the house is the priority, and also informing my my friends about what the fuck's going on.
Nameless one, are you beside them?
I am beside them, and the Nameless One will be writing in the journal as still, even though they've spoken to Esna before, they do not wish to speak because they think that their voice carries some sort of power that might kill Esna. At this point.
Heard.
Yeah, and so they're going to write down in the journal, and they're going to kind of like, show it to Esna. Would you wish me to scout the town at night again tonight?
Would that be of any help to me that I know of, Ty? I don't think it would.
You're wise, so I will just say this. What are you trying, like, beneficial to you regarding which situation? There's a lot of things happening.
What did the purveyor say I needed to focus on first?
So
it was going to that house and also figuring out who was poisoning our crops, I think?
Yeah, so currently there is active destruction that's happening within the town that's further degrading the situation. If left unchecked, who knows what it could spill for the rest of the town. There is a gigantic famine that is currently happening, and it has been happening for a while. Even from the encounter with the mob that you found not too long ago, people have been starving for days. It's reaching like a critical point because those are the people that were more well off within this section of the city. There are people that have probably been starving for a week, 2 weeks, who knows, with low access to water. There are going to be mass deaths that are going to be happening soon. Tons of bodies turning up. You don't know it yet, but Warren just saw a child on the brink of death. So starvation is something that's highly, highly deadly right now, and there's no effective cure because the fields are completely poisoned. You need something strange and otherworldly. on top of this, there is the situation of you've heard that the black sheep, or the one who hunts, this person of many different monikers, he resides somewhere outside of the town. From your vision, he is stalking, waiting for something. You're not exactly sure what, but the town could possibly just die in the next 2 days. So time is pressing. And of course, there's the Benedict situation.
Yeah.
And of all the things that are happening in the town, those are probably the most pressing, that concerns everybody and everything.
Yeah, so then I will, I'm gonna go find the woman in the old building. The oldest building.
Of the oldest house.
Yeah,
this
but first,
sentiment held
gotta
true.
catch up. Gotta catch up with the others.
Indeed. You make your way back to Warren's office. Probably maybe 30 minutes to give or take like 40 minutes. You will rejoin with the rest of the party. I'll say that it's about maybe 5 p.m. For the purposes of this. You now come upon a warren, which is just kind of... Have you gone back to digging?
Oh, yeah.
Digging quite furiously, even more than he fucking usually does.
Damn.
Also, you have his appearance, of which you've heard in description, that now lays before you, this ever-clasping adornment, which now rests upon his hide.
I'm gonna, seeing the shovel kind of like popping up and down of the dirt, I'm gonna walk towards that direction and be like, Warren, I have many of things to warn you about. And as I get close to the grave, I'll see the fleshy back and go, ah!
What's up?
Oh my god!
Oh, Edna, you're back.
What?
Hey.
What is that?
What is what?
What do you mean? What is what?
The nameless
There's
one
a lot of
points
things
at
that's
themselves
happening.
and then points at Warren and then just makes like two hands in the air and then just like kind of puts two hands to their chest and then points to Esna and then points to myself and then just like kind of puts their hands on their hips and then turns a little and looks down and just like sighs.
None of that made any sense to me. Nameless one, thank you though. Are you talking about my new thing on me?
The nameless one writes in the journal.
If that's what you call it, Warren.
I don't know what to call it. It's strange how I got it. All right, we don't know if it's good, if it's bad, but at this point right now, it is neither hurting me or causing me death that we know of.
She looks at you for a long second and then just says, so you don't take action of something happening to you unless it suddenly hurts you?
I mean, that or other people.
Okay.
He's a broken man. You understand? You've known Warren for the last 3 years. He's broken.
Esna does know. They're just concerned.
I mean, I was waiting until somebody a little bit more knowledgeable about weird things came around. So it was going to be either you, the nameless one, we, or the occultist, which is we. But enough about that. How was the purveyor? What's his name again?
There's another pause, and then they say, Frayamboyo. His name is Frayamboyo.
Nameless one will sigh again and then just look up in the air.
Frayamboyo, yes, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, I knew his name before. It's been a little bit since I heard of his name. I just keep hearing it as Purveyor. That's right, Frayamboyo. Yes.
There's a small clink, and then Esna nods and says, "Yes, well, Frayamboyo opened my eyes to many things. Allow me to start from the beginning, and they'll go into detail of, as long as it's just me and Warren and the Nameless One and Boris, I guess. They'll go into detail about about how Frayamboyo was quite aware of the happenings of what's going on, the attacks happening on town, from the black sheep to the poisoning of the food to the nearing of deaths by starvation, and then the plan that has been made in Benedict's direction. And talking about Benedict, you'll notice that Esna's reserve cracks a little bit, and eventually they look deflated, and they say, amongst all other things, Benedict is the least of worries. We need to find this house that I saw for a miracle of sorts.
Not what I wanted to hear. I kind of wanted to get rid of him, since he's a bastard. Or as he what does he call you? What does he call you usually, Chris? Like a abomination or something along those lines?
I think a filthy creature.
Oh, in Father Benedict's voice, because I've heard him talk many times throughout the last 3 years, you will hear, filthy creature.
No, ew.
With profound realism, your voice matches perfectly.
How was that? Did that sound like him? I've been practicing.
Unfortunately, it did.
Okay, good. I want him to hear his own words whenever we deal with him.
He will be dealt with, quite right. Just not for the next couple of days, otherwise we may not have a town to help.
You're right. We need to figure out this poisoning, the famine that's going around, and trying to stop this individual, the black sheep or whatever you want to call him, from destroying the town. I don't know how well we're going to do on that, but...
Do you perhaps know where the oldest building might be, Warren? I know you're not... you haven't been in the for terribly long.
Could I roll for it?
You can.
What would it be? Would it be a... Identify?
Yeah, I would count it close to a creature. Why not? Yeah, you can roll me a privy. Roll me intellect, privy, and you can add your identify modifier should you want to. I'll also let you add politics for anything that you might have.
So what am I? Do you want me to roll an intelligence with my identify modifier to it? And a privy? Okay.
And a privy.
What is privy's base stat again?
Privy's base stat? Privy can scale with it would be intellect.
Okay. Let me make sure that
it's more about what you know or what you've learned over the course of your lifespan.
I believe my identify is created already. Let me make sure about that. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that CD roll. Nice.
This will indeed clear. You do know where the oldest house within the town is.
Okay.
It is located probably... The town of Roth was re-established. It was built atop of another place there are still ways to reach it, but you know that some of the only access channels to it can be led to by the wells within the town as they scale down. Some people like to grave rob, some people like to go down and explore. These types of things are dangerous, and spelunking, generally speaking, it's like no one really has the time for it anymore, especially currently with everything that's going on. But the people that did, you would find holes within the walls of this well that would go deep into the earth, so that you can kind of go into certain sections of the city. The oldest town and the oldest house within the oldest town would be there.
Okay. I mean, I know where the oldest town, or the oldest house within the old town is. We're gonna need a little bit of light before we go there, though. It's underground, underneath the city. So, we should probably purchase some lanterns or lamps and some oil so we can actually see down there before we go. But yeah, I can take us down there.
Okay. I suppose that's the plan.
Okay. Real quick, what are we gonna do with the child? Because I don't want them to come with us in case it's dangerous.
Am I starting to suspect that there's something up with this child?
Alva?
Yeah.
I mean,
I can't remember.
Perceivably not. She's just a child, as far as you know. Her little pet is able to cleanse things with licks, bleeding. So that's kind of out of the ordinary. She hasn't spoken up to this point.
Yeah. What? Okay. What options would I have to keep the child safe while we're gone? What options could I offer?
That would be completely up to you. Of the places that you know about, you can place them anywhere. Whether or not that's smart, it is completely up into the air. Personally, your knowledge of this town and everything that resides within it, Benedict is the least of your worries in terms of the personalities of some of the people that lurk within this town. I wouldn't trust children, or just frequenting out in the middle of the night within this town, unprotected, especially with hunger going on. A lot of nearby towns commit cannibalism as a constant and normal act. So given the desperation that's currently going on.
Oh, so that's not unusual. Lovely.
Some towns it is. Holy towns especially, it very much is. Very rare and not a thing that happens, but...
Okay.
I mean, if we want, we have Rothful. He is my employee. He could babysit.
Rothful coughs and then just kind of like has this look of, I don't want to do it.
I'll pay you an extra Armilla or two.
His eyes will shift up towards you.
If we decide to do that, you can get an extra two Armilla. Yes?
Well, it does depend on how the Nameless One feels.
The Nameless One kind of looks...
It does depend how... Go ahead.
The Nameless One looks to Esna and then looks to Rothville and then looks back to Esna and then kind of nods a little bit and then looks back to Rothville and gives a slight bow, kind of with her hands on the shoulders of the small child.
Looks like the Nameless One wants you to look after them for a bit, Rothville. So, here's 2 extra Armilla.
Did you make it 3?
No. Good try. Here's 2.
2 and a nice drink later for free.
The nameless
I
one
can
writes
buy
down
you a
in the
drink
journal.
the next day. Yes.
Sounds like a deal.
All right. He's a
He
drunk.
He will indeed take that. Yes.
There's
He's a drunk, guys. I'm getting rid of 2 Armila from my repository of Marmila.
Alcoholism. Do it. It's fun.
It's the best driver out there. I'm not going to do
Drink and
that.
drive, everybody.
Speaking of
Yeah.
which, Esna will say, "That's a good man," and then turn around, but then wait, turn back around, smack Rothvel on the shoulder, and point at him and say, "If I find out you've taken her to the pub, there will be
I mean,
consequences."
surely if I did, and I wouldn't say that I would, I'd make sure I keep a keen eye on her. Probably within like the corner or something. 2nd floor.
The nameless
Sure,
one
there's
is
a nice
giving a
room.
death stare right now. The nameless one is giving a straight up death stare.
Rothville, this 2 Armila is dependent on her not going to the pub.
Anywhere but the pub, though.
Keeping her here, more than likely, so you're going to stay here for the next few hours.
The next few hours.
Maybe, depends on how long it takes us to get back from the oldest house.
My shift just ended.
And you're getting paid overtime. It's called the 2 Armila.
I mean, I guess
2 drinks tomorrow.
2 drinks.
2.
Some of that strong stuff.
I said 2 drinks. I'm not. No. Take it
Hard
or
bargain.
leave it.
Fine, I'll take it.
Cool. You'll stay here with the child and not go to the pub until we get back.
Fine.
Thank you, Rothville.
Don't
There may be, if you do a good job, there may be a 3rd drink in it for you.
guarantee that, and I'll stay here all day.
I don't need you all day.
I'll stand here for the guaranteed of all the errors.
You already accepted the 2 drinks and 2
But
Armila.
what if I could accept one more, Warren?
That's not how it works. Rothville, that's not how that works, buddy.
It seems like you have a free one. I don't think you're gonna drink it. If you have it and it's gonna go to waste, you might as well throw it
Okay,
in the.
how about this,
add all 3 together.
I'll allow you to take half of my wine bottle over there.
Done. He races over.
Done.
Oh my god! I didn't realize I hired a drunk whenever I hired him.
The
It
nameless
kind of just
one
came about,
writes-
and I started paying him.
The nameless one writes down in her journal and shows it to Esna, and all it says is, "Are all humans alcoholics?"
No.
Esna looks, says, "Well, no," and then pauses and thinks and goes, "Wouldn't you be if you were one of them?"
What did she say? Are you like pointing at us, like Raffle and me, like one of them?
No, just people in general.
Okay.
The nameless one just kind of shrugs.
I think I would be.
All right. We gotta go back to the market center to get torches and lamps to go down to the wells and underground so we can actually see.
Isna, there is a strange feeling
No,
that you feel.
I have a lot of strange feelings.
Got a feeling. It's a familiar one. There's something wriggling in your pocket. Whispering.
Actually,
Multiple different tongues, quite literally and figuratively. 3 different voices, both distinct as you've heard before, higher pitched, lower pitched, neutral, all screaming while a tiny whisper tries to speak through. Eventually, this does die down, and you get a feeling that washes over you that's kind of similar to what you've had back in the past. You barely remember it because it was before you joined the church.
Oh god,
But-
that's a long time ago.
But there's a moment of slight transference that you are kind of familiar with, and you don't know why. Something is telling you that underneath the city isn't exactly where you need to go, but the place that you need to go is close. It always has been. Some would say that it's right by you.
Oh.
Or you're already there.
Oh.
You're not sure.
To them that must feel like home just a little bit, that little tingly feeling. They kind of shiver and then grab, because of who's around me, I'm gonna grab the tongue and kind of like pull it out to look at it. So the nameless one sees it now too.
This blackened, wriggling object licks upon your hand. It's kind of moist. The end is kind of dry. It wriggles in your hand. You hear the cacophonous whispers that do kind of beckon towards you. But you don't really hear anything. Or you don't really notice anything that kind of speaks to you in any way.
I'll look at the wriggling muscle in my hand and look up to Warren and the nameless one and say, I don't think it's underground we need to go. I think it's... I don't know. It feels like it's nearby.
Nearby.
Can the nameless one roll discernment on what's around us?
You can.
Ooh, fun. Can I also add... so I have a couple questions. All right, so we're also in a graveyard. So Sixth Sense, see invisible horrors and gas with no contest. You may also sense a presence of illusions, horrors, gas within 100-foot radius. If an illusion is present, gain a +4 modifier when attempting to discontents.
Surprisingly, there are no presences of horrors or ghasts. Wyatt, you still see spirits moving around.
You do a good fucking job. Of course there's no gas or...
Alright, then I'll just roll
around,
normal
right?
discernment to get an understanding of what is around the graveyard, if that makes sense.
Oh my god, that was the brightest lightning I've seen in a long time.
What you notice... Are you alive? Are you okay?
I'm okay. Yeah, no, it just so it's dark. My entire room lit up like it was fucking
Holy
shit.
We had 2 trees get shot nearby our house.
Oh boy.
One of them caught fire. It was interesting.
Oh.
Josh, what you notice with this is there are gravestones, there are some empty graves, there are filled graves, there's Warren's house. There seems to be tiny, small animals that might just frequent around. There is like a oldish tree stump by one of the graves that these tombstones are kind of lying against, and then atop that there is kind of a lantern just kind of holding off nearby a door. That's about it.
Okay, but beyond the graveyard? Is there anything beyond it?
Not that you can notice.
I mean,
when was my office made?
The office was made back in 1969. It was kind of near the early construction of this place. Death needs to be taken care of, needs to be managed. It would have been one of the first things that were kind of conceived next to the asylum, along with a couple of other things.
Okay.
It's it's not by any means the oldest house, if that is what you are wondering. It was just around the time of the creation of the place, like certain things had priority. So it was one of the first things that were built.
Okay.
So Esna will kind of also have the same thought and look around, but then look at your house, Warren, and then look down at the muscle and just whisper, I want to see the oldest house.
There is going to be a noise that begins to whistle from behind the... Are you looking at the house currently?
I'm looking at the tongue.
Okay, the tongue will begin to wriggle even more, and then wriggle intensely before ceasing in your palm. It'll then begin to slowly spin towards a direction, and you'll hear an emanation of a whisper that comes from it. The tongue is pointing towards a stump that a lot of graveyards, or that a lot of grave stones are kind of lying against. It was an old tree that was conceived, that was cut down because it could fall on Warren's house.
Warren!
I'm sorry. Do you see how much lightning we got last year? I need to cut that down before we got a hole in the house, on my house, okay? I'm sorry.
You look at this tree, it's hundreds of years old. Or was, at least.
Yeah, well, Esna's gonna walk towards the stump and like kind of run their hand over the rings of the stump to realize the age of it. Is there anything else that happens?
Everyone else roll for me a 1d2.
1d2. Sashar, d2. 1. 2, 1.
Okay. Esna, as you kind of tinker with this, you kind of hear a whisper and a whimper. You turn around, and suddenly Warren, including Boris, is no longer there.
Oh no. But who is?
Currently, the Nameless One still resides around you.
We're still at the graveyard?
Seems to be.
I'm gonna look around and usher gesture for the Nameless One to get closer to me.
The Nameless One is going to latch onto your sleeve of your robes.
I'm gonna purse my lips and say, well, I hope this isn't a bad idea, and knock on the stump 3 times.
3 times? Oh, shit! Okay. You are going to hear laughter that traces upon the wind. You know Sylvan, don't you?
Yes, I do.
You find, Nameless One, you are going to hear cacophonous laughter. This sounds like childlike laughter, and you are going to witness, both of you, a mushroom circle that begins to slowly grow around the stump. As you hear this laughter begin to uproariously increase, the stump begins to vibrate, and you hear the words,
Run around in circles, run and round in circles. No one knows where we go. Run around in circles.
This repeats 3 times.
Esna is gonna cling on to the Nameless One now because, oh god, wait.
So is there an illusion happening? Because I could do something about that.
There is no illusion going on.
Oh, fuck.
Your life.
I'm just gonna say, I'll say to the Nameless One, I'll say, I think this is what we're supposed to be doing. I'm not sure, I haven't done this before.
The Nameless One is gonna write down in their journal and just show it to you, and all it says is, "You're insane, and I love it and hate it at the same time."
Esna just opens their mouth, looks like they're gonna defend themselves, and they just shake their head, and they're like, I'm not insane, it's whatever species I am. It's not me.
What would you like to do in this instance?
Does nothing happen for a few seconds while the singing happens?
The singing keeps happening. The stump is in front of you. Currently, there is a circle of mushrooms that are around you.
Okay. After Esna will slowly gather their bearings, take the Nameless One's hand, and start to walk in a clockwise direction around the inside the mushroom, and then slowly make it into a skip.
You begin to skip. Your movement begins to increase slowly and slowly and slowly. You feel odd. And then you feel fast. The sun and the moon, you're witnessing the kind of where the sun should be in the sky begins to reverse, as if time itself is fleeing from the future. It is moving incredibly fast, night, day, night, day, night, day. As you're shifting around in circles, you are noticing that trees begin to grow around you. Their artifice is not oak and wood. It is bodies clung to the surface. Them reaching out towards you, their hands beginning to freeze solid. Some of them holding trinkets of gold, others with children. They are now just kind of frozen solid within this. Their intestines seemingly growing from their chest and then kind of snaking up these trees, hanging from the arms like vines. These trees begin to grow and you start to see flickers begin to appear around you. This wisp-like type of arrangement of like spiritual-esque beings that begin to maneuver around. However, both of you have sixth sense. You notice that these are not real. These are fireflies, an illusion baked before you. Some are real, drifting into the deep darkness, but within this forest lurk strange creatures every now and again which blink into existence before blinking out, looking at you. As the darkness grows, it very quickly, just as fast, fades. You now begin to slow down with your skipping. You guys are in front of a house.
I'm gonna grab the Nameless One and say, oh my god, I think it worked.
Nameless One is just gonna look at you with this like look of unbelief and then also like awestruck fear, and it's just like, what have you done? Kind of like look, kind of thing. And then they're gonna write in their journal, and it's just like, yeah, it definitely worked. What worked?
And I'll look towards the stump and the mushroom circle and whisper in Sylvan, but to the Nameless One, I assume it just seems to come off as like a whistle or an exhale that is just thank you.
There is a mass of creaking that you hear, Nameless One, kind of originating from the stump and then growing around you. The flowers begin to grow and taste upon the wind, growing with like this profound, saturated, bright color. They begin to flash in like a synchronous manner. You feel words flooding in your mind, Esna. You begin to construct this passively, and you hear, "Welcome to the oldest house."
Thank you. I'll answer back in my native tongue and say thank you. I am honored to be here, and I shall humbly approach. Are my other two friends safe?
There's a pause. There's even a longer pause. There is no answer.
I'll leave it at that. I want to assume that Esna has like broken Sylvan. Just a little bit. But I'll look to the nameless one and say, we're here. This is the house we need to be at.
As you begin to walk forward, you feel, or you smell rather, a symphony of lemon drops. Morning dew, tons of nice things, cooked cakes. Both you and the nameless one, your eyes are allowed to now adjust. After about a minute, the ground grows a little stale, the air grows a little thick, and most of what you were seeing, which is this like fairy tale-esque vision that now sits before you, it begins to decay. You are now standing in front of a shack. There is a woman perceivably that is ahead of you, and there is a man which resides standing at the top of a building to the left.
Why is he on top of the building?
Who's to say? He likes buildings. Please place your character tokens down.
How? I forgot.
Oh.
It's not all of us here. It's
Where
just
would you like
children,
me to
right?
put my
Or is it all-
character?
Yeah.
How
right
do
around
I
here.
put character token?
Oh.
Wait. I'm so smart.
Can you move it around? Is it possible? Or sometimes if I place it down, you can't move it. Hell yeah.
I can move it, yeah. Okay, so like right here-ish. I'm assuming we're side by side. Since we're clinging onto each other for dear life.
Esna doesn't normally show a lot of emotion, but they seem to be showing a lot here. It's a mixture of excitement, wonder, and fear, too.
Both of Warren as well as Boris, roll for me a 1d10.
Oh no.
7.
Just a 20 and instinctively 9.
Esna, you feel that one of the trees off into the distance begins to bow outwards. It's beginning to fill up, its trunk going really, really thick and orb-like. The wood begins to splinter and tear, but it very quickly kind of loses its rigidity and kind of turns into an elastic form. As if giving birth, you find that your friends spill forth from the tree onto the floor in front of you. There is a wave of blood-like mucus which begins to coat the floor. You guys take Warren 7 acid damage, and I almost said Wyatt. Boris 9 acid damage. If you have any forms of armor, this will completely eat through it, and any residual damage will then target your actual health.
The cloak doesn't give me armor, correct?
No.
Okay. That'd be wild if it gave me like 1 armor and it just fucking broke as soon as I got it.
I will immediately go to help Warren up.
There was a tree. I don't know what happened.
I'll kind of pat the bush that is Boris, and then just kind of make a face, and then like put my hands to like, you know, my chest, and then point at them, and then give 2 thumbs up.
Think that tree'd be a little nicer since I kind of look like him.
The nameless one just puts their hands up in the air in confusion.
Did you? Are you two okay? What did you see?
Wood.
Tree.
just tree.
Tree.
Oh, okay. Well, just keep your wits about yourselves.
Okay.
So you said. Oh, I'll say to the other two. I believe we're at the house that I intended to go to.
Oh, It's great.
Oh, you guys are way up here.
Yeah.
That means I'd be like, okay. The woman, is she outside the house?
Yeah, she's just kind of sitting there. She's rocking in a chair, just kind of humming a song.
Is she
But she's
rocking
just-
a baby tie?
She is not rocking a baby.
Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah, that's
I know
a
the story.
bad thing. Yeah, that's bad.
Okay.
You guys could face that maybe in the future. Not this though.
I would be an immediate target. I didn't even think about that. Like,
Run.
yeah. As far as like the people of the party go, like, you know, that's a hey, you go.
I will step forward and say, excuse me, miss. I believe I'm supposed to meet someone here.
Supposed to meet someone you have, dearie. Welcome to the oldest house. Open to all those who search for it. Mind the flowers, dearie. They have minds of their own. I don't care for them, but I do care for your ankles.
You
I'll
find that
tiptoe.
there's lion's mane that begins to bite at your ankles, trying to
I'll
carve out.
tiptoe around them.
Tiptoes through the meadow.
So, tell me, what has brought you here on this occasion?
There is indeed an old man that is standing on the top of this structure.
Mhm.
He hasn't said shit, but he is looking at you.
Is he doing anything?
No, he's just there. She's just there. He's just chilling.
I'll ignore him for now and look to her and say, the town that I hail from, the one which I am watching over, it is in dire need. It's we're running out of supplies for food and people will die soon.
Oh no. Whatever will you do?
Just places her hand to her mouth. You don't get that she's insincere, but she sounds super sarcastic.
That sucks. I'm so sorry.
There's a meme for this. Oh no.
This is
Anyway.
tragic.
Anyways,
I'll kind of tilt my head to her and say, "Are you the owner of this house?"
I am. In a manner of speaking, I'm the owner of one of these houses. As I'm sure you know, this is one of... Let's see.
She begins to kind of scribble within the air, and you notice that the blades of grass begin to slowly count as she numbers 1, 2, 3. Before she goes to a whisper, you notice that a blade of grass instantly turns like violet, and then another turns violet, in cadence with her kind of speaking. And incredibly quickly, you see her eyes dart from side to side to side before moving so fast that it looks like it's not moving at all. The whole entire field lights up purple, and into the darkness you see this arrangement of purple haze begin to grow further and further out.
Yes. This is one of those. Specifically, I think it's the 300th.
She kind of taps her chin.
I was told that there's one of those that could help me with at least an answer on what to do.
Oh, there's always an answer. But there's always a cost. Are you ready to pay that cost?
Must I pay the cost, or is there something I must do?
She smiles.
Most people who come here, they play with games. I don't find myself interested in games. I like deals. I don't find too many people that venture here, so anytime that they do, they always ask for something. And in the beginning, I liked giving it for free. It was fun. I could provide, so I did. But people just kept coming and taking. So I create these prices. I would give a price to you. What is the cost of the whole entire town worth to you?
Oh god.
Or rather, the 17 other places that would die should it fall. What are they collectively worth it to you?
I would like to roll discernment on how to answer that.
Roll discernment.
Wait 1 second. Because I did tell the black who said, what do you find important? And I said the whole town is important. And so he
Very, very smart.
So I know that I had already told someone else how important, and so
You don't have to roll because you have natural. You have charm proficiency. So what I will tell you is that you probably should be very vague about the help that you need and just specify that you are willing to kind of make a deal so long as it's reasonable. As for the terms, that can be decided on a different occasion or just right now. But you probably shouldn't dive too deep in. She will notice your hesitation and she will say,
I don't like dealing with people who I don't know. May I know your names?
My name is Bird.
Bird.
Bird. She begins to, after saying bird a couple times, sheep. You hear like a variety of different bird noises that begins to project from her mouth. Each one, her head twitching to the side, to the side, to the side.
I'll point at Warren. I say, "That's Rock."
Rock.
And
Rock?
point at Boris and say, "Leaf."
That makes sense.
And then Nameless One. I'll point at Nameless One and say, "Hollow."
Rock, leaf, hollow. Amazing friends to accompany a bird. To the woods of all kinds. Sure. I would love to make a deal with both rock, leaf, bird, and hollow. Would you have any specific desire as to what you need done?
I would like to help nature in my area to grow. I need the crops to flourish, to see their beauty again.
This is a very important task to manage a garden. The ones who respect the garden, those are the ones we keep. Those are the ones that are kind to us. We should protect those who are nice to the garden. Fine. I would love to make a deal with you. The deal does not have to be, grand. How about this? I like you. If I help save your town, would you come and see me again? Would you come and see me often? And not to just make deals, but visit and sit and talk. I have much to talk about. I'd love to talk to a rock, a leaf, bird, and hollow.
Esna kind of blinks and thinks and says, "I would bring you food."
Food?
Is there food you like?
I do love food. I love...
So you have Sixth Sense, and so does the Nameless One. Warren as well as Boris, what you hear is, I love tasty tarts, treats of all kinds. What you guys hear is, I adore the souls of man, but more specifically, those of youth.
Ooh,
Thank God.
The Nameless One just kind of
rolling.
like points at themselves and then just kind of like puts their hands up in the air, and then is just like kind of the they would have to roll for this, but it's a me too. Me too.
Hell yeah!
It's like my favorite dish.
High five, brother. Yeah.
There was a
You must
grim
love Spark
smile.
so much.
I wouldn't say a grim smile. It's a very uncanny and weird smile. Her head is slightly crooked to the side, her eyes partially glazed over, but her like unstraight, different, varied sized teeth does peer at you and reflect the sunlight in a very unnatural way. I will say it is bright outside. It doesn't fucking feel that way. It feels like nighttime. There's something about it. Especially
feels
because
like
at least-
Twilight, doesn't it?
Yes, yes, it does.
Because it's between realms. I know. I live in this folklore in my real life, Ty. You can't do nothing to me.
She smiles at you, and then she says,
My house is free to those who are friends and who accept the deals that we can make. You say that you will come back and visit me. I like those who come back and visit me. No one's come back and visit me. Some can't. Some have been able to, but just they don't come. They just get lost and are never able to be set free. But you won't be one of those people.
she smiles very, very widely. What you need to do, she stretches her arm out to double its length and points to the window.
Oh
is
god.
step inside, and it will take you where you would like to go.
You see through the window, kind of glaring in an odd reflection. It's partitioned into 4 different windows, a cross section, if you will. One of the panels will show you a nebula, another one will show you another distinct location, another will show you potentially an area underwater, and then the other the crypt of a castle. As the reflection just kind of scatters, the sunlight constantly showing or kind of like moving a little bit of glare, you're noticing these images are constantly shifting.
This will take you where you need to go.
Ty, do I know if it's safe to come visit a Fae being more than once? Because I know just visiting once or twice is okay, but
Depending on the
Green-
creature, once or twice can be okay, or it can be deadly. It depends on their intention. Anytime you deal with anything Fae, there is chance for everything to go wrong. So like you're really gambling with. It's like, should I drive at 100 miles an hour? It's like I might come out fine the first time, but if you're doing it every single time that you're driving, like you're increasing risk.
yeah.
Very much the same way.
But I know I am of Fae blood, and so I could
Oh yeah.
I could gamble a little with technically coming and visiting once or twice. I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. It feels like it's not a good idea.
I have an idea. I will just look to her and smile and say, "Thank you. I will come visit."
She smiles, and then her eyes just blink, not like up and down from the lids. You notice that there's a secondary form of eyelids that close from side to side. Her eyes just kind of turn black briefly before flashing back to like these callous, milky white tones. She smiles towards you.
I don't like that, Ty. Stop that.
The door slowly creaks. It is now open. There is now a wide expanse, should you wish to enter.
All right, let's go.
Are we done already? Okay.
Oh no, I'm not even gonna ask. I'm not even gonna ask if there's anything else she needs.
Okay.
I will speak I will speak in Sylvan at least and say thank you very much for your hospitality and hospitality and kindness.
her head will spin 5 times and then will stop in your direction. Okay. There is a grim smile which flashes upon her face as her head just twists to the side.
I never thought I'd see one of my kin here. Hello there.
Oh no.
Where have you been? You've been gone from this forest for quite some time.
Is she speaking in my tongue?
Yes.
I'll look back and say quietly, I have been lost.
It is by your nature that you find your way back, Sirvenati. One should wonder why you wander around the realm of mortals.
Now you know that I can make my visit to you.
She smiles very grimly. There is a breach in her skin, her elongated arms reaching out on each side. She grows double her height as her frontal limbs slowly push up from the ground, her legs elongating. She is now 10 feet tall, this contorted mass that now stands very high above you despite being crouched. Her hand kind of ushers down and kind of licks underneath your chin, slowly moving towards the house.
I never knew that I was in the presence of one of my own, and now that I know that you can keep your promise, use my house how you like. Each time you come back, I deserve a soul.
She opens up her hand and then opens it wide towards the door.
This will take you to where you need to go. Claim the heart. Bleed it upon the soil. It will give you what you seek.
Oh no.
Have a nice day, bird.
I will nod and leave. I will wait for the others to leave first.
You guys see a very nice old lady sitting in a chair, slowly ushering both hands towards a door.
I'm gonna almost shove Warren towards the door, push it. I'm like, go.
Hey, don't shove. That's rude.
There is a slight glimmer as you're passing through the door. Like I said, there is an old man here. He remains there for a second, and should you look back, he will vanish.
Interesting.
Oh, the nameless one definitely sees that because eyes trained on the old man the entire time. just trained on it. And even while moving, does the nameless one just see them vanish?
You will not see them vanish. They're still staring at you.
You're staring at me. I can't do the
entire
thing.
time?
Oh, yes.
Even after he vanishes to everyone else?
I will say, oh yes, he is still there for you. I will also say, to everyone who would look at him, he's staring directly at you simultaneously.
So he's staring at everybody
It's like
at the same
Turbo.
time, technically.
Yes.
It's like one of those
Absolutely
paintings
not.
that look like I follow you.
So it's like the things
So
in
he is-
the Disneyland ride, the haunted house, like those things.
Yes, the warping mirror thing.
I'm so glad that my practice in real life has come through.
I was like, if you guys... Good job, Esna.
I know my shit.
Why am I hollow?
Hello, would you like to do anything? You are still remaining here.
I'm exiting through the door, but I'm keeping my eyes on the old man the whole entire time while moving towards it. Because Esna's ushering us, right?
You
Yeah.
find that oddly, he doesn't move, and yet he's maintaining a stare with you.
I will start to usher you if you delay. Go. Go.
There is
You
a slight
guys-
delay because the nameless one sees a threat, and that's what they're seeing.
I'm seeing a lot of threats right now.
Enter through the door, and just as quickly as you enter, you exit. You are now located right here within an open expanse of wood.
Does everyone here understand the whole why I gave the names I gave?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Meta-wise, yeah.
Boris just thinks you got a cool nickname.
The nameless one is very offended by it.
Oh yeah, he thinks it's just a cool nickname, probably. Yeah.
He's high on life today. He's seen some dead things that he doesn't quite understand. Figured out that gods are really godding out here. Got a friend, got a nickname. This shit's high on life.
Boris is ready to take on anything that they throw at him.
I guess I want to ask out of game, like, because I read in the research that I've done of the Feywilds that when you give a name, it is not meant to, you're not supposed to resonate with it whatsoever. It can't even be like a nickname that you have. It obviously can't be your name. It has to be something indiscriminate. And that's why I was like, bird,
yes.
Rock, leaf, hollow.
Yes. There's a lot of pseudo contracts that exist within the Fey realm, and you should be very careful with any form of information that you provide, because even amongst devils, a lot of Atari play around with this. A lot of Fey creatures play around with this. You want to be very careful with how you interact, and even how you go about certain tests, or riddles or other things. They're not to be trifled with, and something as simply relinquishing a name could have you encaptured or indebted or a slave in many other senses of the word. Definitely something to be careful about.
I wanna say that I was very particular about. I said I will visit you. I didn't say visit multiple times. I didn't say anyone else. I just said I will visit. It could mean once.
What you guys met, this would be very esoteric knowledge. The CD for this is a intellect privy roll. You need to beat a CD6.
CD6.
There's my character. Intelligence. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unfortunate.
And one more person on A's knee.
Oh. What do I roll? Sorry.
Roll a privy, and this is branching from your intellect, the knowledge that you have and what you've heard around the world regarding the thing that you are.
Is it just wait? Is it that? Did I do it?
Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Intellect.
Yay!
You guys will get knowledge that is above common knowledge, but this figure is still very much cloaked in mystery. You probably don't know her by the name of the Lady of the Oldest House. You also don't know her of her 3 other names, but this lady in particular has probably 5 different songs kind of spread around her. You've heard of the idea that the Fey realm exists kind of as like a blend upon reality. It exists in tandem. There are certain creatures which influence certain aspects of it. Either the darkness, which hungers and feeds within it, or just certain creatures that spawn the growth of certain things. There is rumors and mysteries surrounding the idea that something controls the gates of reality as to what can enter, leave. The thing which has this power is said to kind of hold up the Fey realm in its entirety. Not necessarily a literal sense, but she has the ability to. She goes by many, many names, but you might surmise from meeting Frayamboyo that he calls her the Lady of the Oldest House.
Okay.
Now, you guys are shoved out of a decrepit old building, cobwebs everywhere, and a pathway of blue roses which grow before you, leading further south.
Well, I mean, we got shoved out of a building. Like, you know, as a scientist and a scholar, the Nameless One is obviously going to open the door back up and try to go back in the building.
Oh God.
Okay, let's. Okay.
Please, God.
4.
Oh no.
Okay, cool. You open up the door, and you find an open room. It is a living room.
Oh.
It is a normal living room.
What?
Interesting.
Is there any
Alright,
illusions
hey.
present?
Is the illusion in the room with us?
The illusion is indeed within the room with you.
God.
So there is an illusion.
Oh no! Whoops.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Watcha! And then I'm gonna go ahead and roll another 44 slash R44. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Right. Your eyes, strangely, okay, so you have sixth sense. You have the natural passive ability to see through a lot of illusions. For some reason, this seems to be eluding even that. As you try to focus your eyes, something about the will and intention forces something, an extension of your soul, to begin to degrade reality around you. Like a tear in fabric, you begin to breach forth the surroundings around you. You now hear cacophonous yelling. Around you is what looks to be the inside of a creature. The door itself is multitudes of mouths, one gigantic one, as many tiny mouths are just lining the walls. From the edges where you to look back outside of the house, you now see multitudinous arms, gigantic multitudinous arms that are just grasping upon the ground, kind of trying to pull the earth itself, and the house seems to be glitching in and out of reality as the hands hold on for dear life.
Do I see them looking back in the house?
I think they walked in the house, or at least past the front door.
Did you walk in the house?
No, I opened the front door. I don't like what's in the front door, though.
That's what's in the front door.
The Nameless One just shuts the front door, and then just kind of looks back at Esna, and then just points at the door, and then makes a like waving motion. Don't go in there.
When you close the door, Esna is behind the door that you close and is staring at you judgmentally. And they shake their head.
All right.
The Nameless One just writes out of the journal, don't open the door. Just don't open the door.
What the hell just happened?
The Nameless One points at the journal and points at Warren.
Warren?
Yeah.
Warren.
Yes.
That was the realm that I came from, Warren.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, indeed.
All right.
And who we just talked to was someone that I'll kind of like vaguely explain and how terrifying she actually is.
Oh, okay. All right. So not good.
The Nameless One just writes down in the journal.
Helpful.
Helpful. Okay. Good.
Helpful. Just I have a lot to think about.
The Nameless One writes down in their journal, we should probably move. It just shows it to Esna.
You will notice things. You will notice things, Nameless One. You will notice things, Esna. And as for Boris as well as Warren, you guys do not have charmed perception. So let me see those rolls. Give me a perception roll. Along with the dis for your main core.
3, 4 for perception.
Wait, Wait.
not super high.
How do you roll perception?
So you would do a contest, a discernment, because you are being more spatially aware, knowledgeable about, and then from there you have your normal perception being added onto that as an aptitude modifier.
Okay.
Those will definitely be enough to succeed.
I was like, love, that is dexterity. Are you dexterously looking at things?
Oh, wait, I need to roll one more,
Dex.
1d4.
Yeah, that would need to be discernment.
Sorry, I need to roll one more d4. It did not go through correctly because I got a 6 on my discernment. 5, technically, for my roll.
Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. And then what? 1, 2. We are in a light tail. But it is, even though the map looks brighter, it is technically dark outside. Or it's darker outside. You will fail this, Wyatt. It's way too dark, and there's so much going on, and there's so much sounds coming from everywhere. The rest of you are going to instantly notice this place is oddly silent. I mean, it's a forest, there's a lot of fucking noise that are happening, but like everything is very, very silent, more than it should be. And as you peer through the bushes and look towards the skies, you notice that anything that can perch, anything that crawls, it's looking at you. They're paused on every single branch, hidden within the leaves. They are staring at you unflinchingly. Something is watching.
Something, not some things.
For you guys, with your sixth sensibility, you will feel shivers go down your spine, and there will be childlike whispers which begin to resonate upon the air. Let me see if I can find this real quick.
That makes more sense.
Actually, I can open this, go down to here. There we go. Okay, let me scroll down. Yes. Okay. The whispers are saying this, and it's growing more and more loud. Never like blindingly loud, but like just more and more audible. Through the vines, a shivering growth, it speaks through leaves and conjures foe. Beware the animals where they hide, for the leshy lurks, leers through their eyes. You are hearing this constantly sing and fluctuate. As I said, there seems to be blue-like flowers. Not unnatural flowers, but the fact that they're arranged in such a way leading down is unnatural.
Okay. What are the blue-like flowers doing? I'm sorry.
They're currently just on the ground, scattered like a pathway.
I'm going to make sure that I can
follow the yellow brick road.
Okay.
Oh no.
Interesting.
I guess I'll follow after them. But okay, repeat to me the rhyme.
Through the vines. Wait, actually, let me copy and paste it as well. Copy, and then I'll paste it in Discord general. Boop, flap, bibbidi bop. Yeah, through the vines, a shriveling growth. It speaks through leaves and conjures foe. Beware the animals where they hide, for the leshy lurks, leers through their eyes.
I don't like it.
Isn't the Leshy a monster inside of this?
It is.
Oh,
I
God.
will, after listening to this a couple of times, Esna will sort of whisper in the language that Warren knows, of course, and says, probably best to keep your voices down. There's something nearby that can conjure things with its voice.
Oh. Okay. what are we supposed to do here?
We are following this path. And apparently I am to look for a heart.
A heart. Okay. All right. I mean, if we're following the path, then let's do it.
Guys. Oh, wait,
I
sorry.
trust-
Go ahead.
I trust that I know that the path is probably the way to go. Hi.
For the most part, yes.
Okay.
Whether or not you'd want to is another thing, because this could spell danger for sure.
Yeah.
You.
I don't expect a heart to come to me without danger.
Let me make sure. You guys will enter an opening. Clearing. Please place your tokens here, my friends.
I like it.
I'll
do it
place them where I
anyways.
want.
You tell him where you want.
I'm
to
sorry.
This is our game. He just runs it.
I am this bush right here.
You're a John Harvest, dude.
Oh, wait, hold on. Okay.
I did it. You didn't do anything. Even though you made the entire game and the book and everything. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
This is my game now.
I am Leshy. What are you on about?
You feel an unnatural growth which begins to rustle near your toes. This whole entire journey through the flowers, as you were following it like a carpet, you were stepping over vines and leaves, pushing through thickets. The brush grew even more dense. And the further that you went, the more you noticed that the rats that were crawling upon the ground begin to communicate. Strange little chitters that seem to get instant responses. The booms that you heard from clashing, heard off into the distance, grew more and more sudden. You walk the road, and you eventually come to this clearing. You see olden structures adorned with the flesh of man. These oaken-like effigies which reach towards the sky. The rotten husks of those who dare to try to come here, laid on them like symbols. There are an array of skeletons figured into an Ouroboros-like structure in
Yup.
the center of this whole entire place. Something exists here. And the closer that you draw, the more that you hear the animals begin to chitter. There is...
Oh God, a McDonald's?
Rock and roll. Rock and roll McDonald.
Not McDonald's.
There is
Not the
a
McDonald's.
large creature which begins to bellow, its slumbering form moving through the woods as it comes face to face with you. You are now in the presence of the Leshy.
No.
Next time on Harvest.